What up, world? It's your boy Jaystar. I'm here. Draftkings just put up the new Week 1 NFL, slate, man. And I'm excited. So excited that I thought I'd go ahead, do my first show on teaching you how to build a lineup, man, a winning lineup. I won so much money on here on DraftKings, from all sports now. But football is my favorite. So we're going to get into it jumping right into it right here. So right here, we're on the $5, as y'all see right here, entry for $1 million. The full prize is $5 million right here. But first place takes $1 million of that. So second, I believe, is about 200K or something like that. And then third is like 100 or something like that. So yeah, so we're going to get right into it. This is how I like to build my lineups. I usually love to just first try to think about which game is going to be a shootout. So, I know automatically most people going to be like, oh, right here, Kansas City, Arizona, with Pat Mahomes versus Kyler Murray. That is definitely one of them. With the Raiders being loaded as they are and the Chargers being loaded as they are, that's another shootout potential right here. Baltimore and the Jets, I don't think that's really a big shootout. But games like this, you can probably find value in and stuff like that. That might not be a shootout, but it might be something that if your lineup, once you stacked it up and everything like that, you need a one-off type player or something like that, you might want to go to some games like this that's lower scoring. Green Bay, Minnesota. Minnesota side of it, I see a lot of scoring. I don't know about Green Bay, and I am a Packer fan, but I'm not going to be biased. I'm going to be real with y'all because it's about winning money over everything. So, I know Rodgers is a great player, but I don't know how many receivers that we got to really compete. If it gets into a scoring match like that, I feel like we're going to be more of a running team and then throwing off of the run game being good. So that would slow down the game, I would think, if Green Bay decide, they're winning the game, or if Minnesota's winning the game, yeah, Green Bay will try to keep up, but it's I know they're going to want to balance with the run, and I don't know if I really want to be in that game too much. Like I said, I'm looking for the games that's just complete shootouts and just throwing. Even their running backs, I'm looking I hope they got running backs that catch and stuff like that, because that's the type of games I want to be in. We got Philly and Detroit. That could potentially be a really good game. I mean, Philly was the number one leading rushing team last year, but I doubt they still be like that. Now they got different coach and everything like that. They got A.J. Brown. I mean, you talking about Dallas Goedert, Devontae Smith. I'm missing somebody. I think it's let me go to them real quick. Go to receivers real quick here. Push the Philly. We looking at Quez Watkins. Oh, Zach Pascal. Yeah, so they got some talent, man, over here, man. So I'm thinking this game right here. You talking about Detroit side of it too. You put them on. I know the rookie Jameson Williams. This boy is gonna be elite. It's gonna take till probably October for him to be a part of this, but he gonna be elite, man. I can't wait for him to play. Even though I'm a Packer fan, this is a rivalry team for me. But like I said, it's about winning this money. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and get into what would I do? Looking at this slate off the back, I think I like to pay attention to times of games. So right here, how you see it's 10 a.m., 10 a.m., 10 a.m., 10 a.m., 10 a.m. And you got 10 a.m., 10 a.m., 10 a.m. And then you have the 1:30 games right here. So these are all the games, really, though. If you're just looking at the teams, you can already tell that these are the freaking shootout potential games. Green Bay, Minnesota, people are going to be on that, even though it's a rivalry. Las Vegas and Chargers is a rivalry. Giants and Tennessee is not a rivalry. Kansas City and Arizona is not a rivalry. Those, I usually like to stay away from rivalries, but I will tell y'all this too, and I believe it's probably every sport, but I mean football for sure, because rivalries mean more in this. So rivalry meaning that these are divisional games, that you're gonna play these teams twice. So most of the time, one of the game is really good or is one-sided good in a rivalry, and the other one is so ugly. It's usually how it always goes in football. So since this is the first game, I think this whole first week period, I'm not even thinking about defense, which we already know. If we go to defense, oh my God. We go to defense, we know everybody right now off the rip is going to lock in Detroit, which I don't think is going to be a good defense to actually take, being that Philly has so much elite talent offensively. But Young quarterback that could make a mistake, yeah. So you could say that he could make a mistake, could fumble, and then or pick six could happen, but he is a running quarterback, and I don't usually mess with defense that are going against running quarterbacks. I like to go with defenses that are going against a quarterback that drops back a whole lot, and they might have a little bit of rushers that can get to that quarterback, or the quarterback drops back a whole lot and could eventually throw a pick, and it could be a possible pick six. Because you're looking for sacks, you're looking for sack fumbles, you're looking for pick sixes, or just a pick period. It gets the points for the defense. You start off with 10 points on every defense, just so the people that don't know this, but it goes down, 4 points for a touchdown, goes down about 3 points for a field goal. So you're not trying to pick a defense that's getting scored on a lot, but you're also trying to pick a defense that has an opportunity to make some plays, against a quarterback that's dropping back all the time to throw. Because teams that run a lot, you're not going to get a lot of opportunities. And teams that have quarterbacks that can run, you're banking on that dude fumbling, that quarterback fumbling, and that doesn't often happen. So, yeah, I don't like to be in those games. So, like, the Raiders game here, they just picked up a pass rusher, and I think his name is Chandler Jones, I believe it is. And then they already had Max Crosby. So, they got 2 rushers that can get to Herbert. He's going to drop back a lot. We already know it's going to probably be a high-scoring game. Yeah, you can be like, a lot of people will be like, oh, no, I'm not going to pick them because it's going to be a high-scoring. They're going to get scored on. They're going to lose all the points. But that also means, like I said, it's opportunity for Max Crosby to get some sacks. Could be a sack fumble, recovery, and a touchdown. Then, boom, just like that, you got 7-6 points, something like that, for your defense. The Bears in San Francisco, I feel like that's a running game. I don't really want to be a part of that. Vikings versus Green Bay. Yeah, Green Bay might drop back, but like I said, I don't think we're going to be dropping back as much without Devontae Adams anymore. I think it's going to be a lot more running, so I wouldn't want the Vikings. The Jets in Baltimore. Baltimore got a running quarterback. You see what I mean? Like, this is how I just go through these, like, real quick. Tennessee, they got a great running back in Derrick Henry. They got some, receivers and things, but they don't drop back a lot to pass, so I don't think I'll be going to them. Pittsburgh Steelers, this is a rivalry. Defense should be healthy. And we do know Cincinnati loves to drop back and throw with Burrow. So he could make a mistake, could get sacked. This could be a team that I might look at to toss in, since everybody, like I said, is just going to clock in the cheapest defense down here because they're going to want to fill the lineup up real big. But just for now, I'm going to just go ahead and just take the Steelers defense real quick, because I definitely know I don't want Houston. They wasn't a good team against the run, and they playing a great running back in Jonathan Taylor. Jacksonville versus Washington. Jacksonville Jaguars, I got to see if their defense got any better, because I didn't really see nothing last year. Washington has a good front line going against a young quarterback who has a new coach in Doug Peterson from Philly. I'm sure they're going to drop back because they do have more new talent with Christian Kirk. And like I said, Washington has like an all first-round pick for front line that can probably get to, what's his name? Lawrence, my bad. Yeah, so Lawrence might get sacked a couple of times, could get rushed, and could fumble. So this could be another good defensive pick for 2,500. But like I said, I'm going to just go ahead. I'm not going to go through all and spend too much time on the defense. I'm just going to go ahead and lock in the Steelers, just so that way I can have that out the way. And then we get back to quarterbacks. So back to quarterbacks here. I'm going to go ahead and take, I think I want to take Kyler Murray. I'm going to take Kyler Murray. Like, I know that's a game where everybody's going to be on. We're going to have to get different somewhere else. So, the first thing, like I said, you want to stack. So, stacking means being able to take a quarterback and take about 2 other options to go with him from his team. So, I don't want to run it back with him, because you're picking a quarterback, you're picking him, to stack with him with throwing, who he's throwing the ball to. And James Conner isn't really a catching back. Like I said, if it's a team where the quarterback throws to his running back, like I would say like a team, the Chargers throw to Eckler a lot. When Drew Brees was on the Saints, they threw to Kamara a lot. So that's the type of team where you could stack a quarterback and say, I would take the running back and one of his receivers or something like that, But Kyler Murray usually throws to his receivers. So let's get to that game real quick. Just go ahead and click there. And we see what's this? Who is this? Oh, shoot. Why is he out? Why is Marquise Brown out? You can click this right here and just get a little summary. What's up with him? Hopeful Brown hamstring returns to practice next week. Okay, so he should be back opening. Like, we got a whole month. He going to be back next week. I'm definitely locking in Marquise Brown. We know Hopkins. I mean, if y'all don't know, Hopkins is out for 6 games due to substance abuse and stuff like that. They try to say, I guess he had some steroid or something like that, that he was taking. But so they got him suspended for 6 games. So you can't take Hopkins, which really does suck. But I do think, man, we have Rondale Moore. It's a good second option, and he's cheap too. And I know he's gonna be filling in for Hopkins. I believe Marquise Brown will be playing slot, which that's gonna be anything in the any slot receivers, man. I'll tell you, after last season, I learned a lot about these slot receivers. Like, you want to get as many as good position slot receivers. So if y'all don't know what a slot receiver, y'all need to go check it out though. But it's usually the receiver that plays in the middle. So when it's one that lines up out wide, and there's another one that lines out wide to the left, and one on the right, right? But the receiver that's in the middle in between one of those sides, left or right, is the slot receiver. So I really think it's going to be Marquise Brown, because I know for sure when Hopkins gets back, you talking about A.J. Green, he's always been a wideout, and then Hopkins always been a wideout. So I think Marquise Brown will be in the slot. I think he's still going to be in the slot, even though Hopkins is not going to be there. So I'm going to roll with him. I want the tight end, Zach Ertz, because I just want to attack the middle of the field right here against the Chiefs, because most of the defense now that teams play, they leave the middle, so even short middle or a little bit distance middle of the field is open. But also for big plays, I mean, Marquise Brown is super fast. But I'm gonna go with these two options with Kyler Murray. And like I said, so you stacking one whole game, you want to be able to also be able to run back somebody. So from the same game, I'm thinking I'm gonna go with receiver, and I think I'm going to go with MVS. He used to be a Packer. This ain't no bias thing. I know I could go with Juju because he is a slot receiver too. And that's the easiest, pick. But I'm just thinking, it's the first game. Neither team knows each other, And like I said, another thing I like to look at. I picked this game also too because this is not a rivalry. Rivalries, like I said, they could go amazing. This Vegas Charger game could be amazing, shootout. Green Bay, Minnesota could be amazing. But at the same time, these teams play each other so hard, because they got to win, at least one game, because it could decide them going to the playoffs later in the season, or they just want to sweep them, of course. So they play each other so hard that sometimes the games do not go as you want it to go. It doesn't be a shootout, even though it looks so good. And even though I did say, though, too, this is first week, so that means that defense, I'm not going to be caring about defense a lot. But if I can stay away, I'm going to always try to stay away from the rivalries, man, and find a game that's could be shootout potential and they don't know each other. So that gives it more easier chance, for it to really just succeed the way I think it's going to succeed, So like I said, first of all, MVS is basically taking, I want to say he's taking Tyreek Hill's spot, but really it's Juju, because Juju plays slot, and that's where Tyreek Hill was at. MVS is basically taking Demarcus Robinson's spot, or Pringle, who used to be on KC, but now Pringle's on the Eagles, and then, or Pringle, my bad, he's not on the Eagles, he's on the Chicago Bears, and then you got Tyreek Hill on the Dolphins now. So I'm going to just run back MVS just because I know he's a big play receiver. He's super tall, he has a lot of speed, and I know how Kansas City loves to make big, deep plays like that down the field, and one freaking catch, for a 50-yard touchdown could already seal the deal for me for my run back here. So then I'm going to move on to another game. So now after you do this, you're going to go back, click these off again, and you want to look at another game that you think could be stackable with the last positions you have. So right now we only have 2 running backs, a receiver, and a flex. So man, if it was possible to get a running back receiver and another running back receiver going against each other, it would be great. But also you might just find a good running back receiver combo in 2 different games, So I'm trying to see what quarterbacks I know or what teams I know like to run a lot, but it opens up maybe a deep, their deep passing. I would say, let's see. Okay, so running backs here. Let's go. We know Derrick Henry. For sure, they love to run here in Tennessee. Let me see. I'm hoping. You know what I'm hoping? I might one off a running back here. And the one I would like to run, I know he's hurt. Let me see. Yeah, Dobbins, man, against the Jets. It's out of this because the Jets was so bad. So it's the Jets. The Raiders playing the Chargers is supposed to be really good too because Chargers was terrible. You see there was 27th right here. This numbers right here is letting you know how bad teams were against the running backs, or if you go to receivers, then it's against receivers. You know, the only thing that's hard about the receiver part, these numbers tell you, like, you know, it works better for the running back just because it's like one running back, you know. When it's receivers, every team has 3 receivers out there. So these numbers could be literally for the left side cornerback could be 27th in the league, basically. You know what I'm saying? So if McLaurin doesn't line up left side, then this number doesn't work for him. You know, if it's for the slot, 27th in the league, you know, Jacksonville was 27th in the league in the slot. McLaurin is usually not in the slot. You know, you want to find a slot receiver. So you got to kind of really like dig deep into this, and like I super get detailed into that. Like I go making sure, like if a team is really bad against just tight ends, if a team is really bad against running backs, and what kind of running backs are they bad against? Because like I said, even this Eckler 29th, like Vegas, I really do believe they were bad against the actual rush, but the thing is, you want to make sure, like I said, the Chargers. Okay, like let's go. The Chargers, they've got Jacobs, right? This right here is for sure. This is right for like the rush. The Chargers were like the worst team in the league at tackling. They missed the most tackles. So the rush was like easily just to actually run the ball on them. But sometimes these numbers right here for running backs mean that they actually give up for catching backs. So then you got to make sure you're getting to somebody that actually catches the ball. Because like Henry doesn't catch the ball. So like if the Giants right here were bad against running backs that catch the ball, this numbers wouldn't be right. You know, like you wouldn't want to pick Henry basically. But it isn't like that because the Giants are bad against the rush. So Derrick Henry is a great play. But I'm trying to find, like I said, I'm really trying to find running backs that maybe I can grab a receiver to stack with, so it can just, because at the end of the day, the reason why you're stacking, you see you have, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you have 8 actual players and you have 1 defense, right? The whole point is you want to stack so it makes it so much easier. You're trying to make it as easy as possible for you, you know. Don't make it so complicated. So if you can knock out 3 people from one game or just one team already, then bang, you already got 5 left. And then you telling me you can find 1 run back, you know, now you only got 4 left. So then if you can go to another game and be able to do 3 and you do a 2v1 right here, it would be amazing. You know, if you can run a running back and receiver and a running back. Now you only got 1 left, and that should narrow down everything, because then you just go to like the best person that you feel like is a one-off in that game, you know, that can just succeed. That's when you want to really pay attention to this right here. Like, that's what I feel like. Like, you want to pay attention to how bad a team is against somebody. So when you get to this flex, you want to, the last thing you want to put in is probably a flex, really. Like every lineup. That's how I feel. Because the flex is, you could pick a tight end, running back, receiver. It's almost every position except for quarterback, of course. So you want the best person right here. That's just like, this could be your easy one-off, but sometimes it could be a part of your stack, you know. But right now, like I said, I most of the time try to leave it as a one-off. So right here, let's see. So we're going to get into this real quick. Let me pick a, I think I want, because right now I got nothing but late games. I'm trying to see. Okay, so for the early games here, let's go back. Early games here. That Philly-Detroit game. There we go. Okay. Detroit was bad against the run. So I don't think they got much better. And I do think with the new coach, where is Miles Sanders? There we go. 5,400. Yeah. So Miles Sanders here. And I'm going to stack him easily. Oh, my God. This should be so easy. A.J. Brown, baby. Slot receiver with a running back that can run. Also pass catch. I almost feel like I should run this back. Make this real easy, y'all. Should run this back with Swift. Okay. So we ran it back with Swift. Now we got the flex. At the flex, let's get off of this. Okay. Now we have 6,500 left in the flex. So we have 2 stacks so far, right? Kyler Murray, Marquise Brown, Zach Ertz, running back with MVS. Excuse me, y'all. And then we have the Miles Sanders with A.J. Brown stack here, running it back with Swift, because I don't believe the Eagles was that good against pass catching backs. So I feel like that should be a good stack to run back. And then that means I got my early at least game in there. Now I oughta could, since I do know most of the games late, like I said, are these shootout games right here. So I do wish I could get somebody from another game that's not the game I'm already on here. If I could find a piece from one of these 3 games right here as a one-off would be great, but I don't know if I have the money. And if I don't have the money, man, I'm gonna want to have to like adjust something in that lineup that I already put, and it sucks because I really like what I have. But I might have to go all the way down to the Lions defense just to be able to get what I want. Because I know if I have $400 more, I can get Keenan Allen. And I really would like to have Keenan Allen, I think, from against the Raiders. Like, I really feel like he's a slot receiver. Like I said, the new defense everybody is running is making people have to throw short or right in the middle of the field. And out of all these people here, we got Tyreek Hill, who I don't know yet if he's going to play slot anymore now that he's on the Miami Dolphins because they already have Jalen Waddle. So Aaron Jones could be a good play, for Minnesota. They was bad against the rush, and as long as he's going to run. But, Green Bay Packers have 2 running backs, and I don't know for sure if they're going to only use Aaron Jones as the runner. And the only other person I think I would want was Mike Williams. But I'm going to go ahead and take the Lions defense now. We're going to switch the defense back to the lowest defense that everybody's going to have. It might not get no points since I already had this game stacked. But, man, I got to have Keenan Allen, man, in this lineup. Let's see. Oh, man, I don't have enough? Oh, that's hurtful. That's hurtful, y'all. Gosh, Lee. Oh, man, let's see. What can we do? What can we adjust here? Okay, let's see. What can we adjust? Is there another receiver on the KC that was cheaper? Maybe I can run. I did like MVS Fly. Oh, Hardman. Oh yeah, $100. Oh, same type of player. So I'm gonna go ahead and put Hardman in there. See, you got to be able to adjust and make sure you adjust and not too much. Like if Hardman wasn't the same type of receiver as MVS, like he goes deep, get another 50-yard bomb touchdown. He already knows the system. He's been there longer. So, compared to MVS is still a good play. But this is a receiver that's been there longer. He should get more targets because he knows all the plays. And might be part of more of the plays than MVS if he doesn't pick up, the playbook in time. But this opens up now for my flex to get my guy. Where you at, man? What happened? Oh, my bad. I didn't realize I was still on that. Let me click that back. Okay. And now we get Keenan Allen. Like, we can have James Conner, but like I said, I don't want James Conner. That's too much of a stack. You don't want to have too much sometimes. I mean, unless you really think that game going to be crazy. More like a blowout. Blowouts usually, in a blowout, you'll have Kyler Murray, Marquise Brown, Zach Ertz, and maybe even another receiver, or just Kyler Murray, Marquise Brown, Zach Ertz, and Conner. You can have James Conner. But this right here could be a great lineup. Very a lot of, like, you can get a lot of points from this lineup right here. Like, I can definitely see this. Like I said, having the morning, just because a lot of times when the morning doesn't look so shootoutable, like, it's a lot of games. Like, this could be a really good game. A lot of people might sleep on this game. But the Indianapolis and Houston game, that's a rivalry, but also Houston is just not a good team, and Indianapolis could just run on them the whole time once they get a lead. They got Jonathan Taylor, a really great back, so that takes the scoring down. Jacksonville, Washington, this is a sneaky game too because Jacksonville is loaded. Washington is loaded too. Like, this is a sneaky game, but and it's also not a rivalry, so neither team really know each other. I don't know how good Washington defense is going to be, but I did say they do have an all-front first-round pick line that's going to be coming at Lawrence. So could be rough for Lawrence, but it could not be at the same time because he does have weapons. Then we got the Philly-Detroit game, which we already attacked it with the stack here. And I really did like this game. This is probably going to be a pretty high-scoring game, I think. But it also does have 2 good running backs with Miles Sanders and Swift. But these teams like to kind of throw a little bit and run. Definitely Detroit's going to throw because they don't have a running quarterback like Philly does. New England, Miami, this is a rivalry. And Belichick, I don't like playing against Belichick, especially in the rivalries. Like, I feel like he's going to study the hell out of Miami. We already know how New England loves to play their defense. They're going to try to stop the best player, which the best player now is Tyreek Hill. And you talking about Waddle will probably get going, with the new coach that Miami has. He's a running backs coach. So I think they're gonna use Waddle in the run as well as, of course, being a receiver as well as Tyreek Hill in the run. But and then they got great running backs now. Man, they got some amazing running backs with Edmonds and Mostert. So they got really good running backs. This New England is usually they give up the run and they're gonna give up short yardage stuff. So I don't really see this being a crazy shootout. It's probably gonna be a rough, tough game. And then San Francisco, Chicago feels like it's a running game. So like I'm just trying to get to the point that most of these games right here from this early stuff is like running. Like you can probably grab running backs, and like when this games look real low scoring type of games, you kind of just want to go ahead and grab just like running backs. Find the best running backs. When you can see, like when you see a slate that looks like this, what I'm trying to say, like Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, that's a rivalry, and both of these teams usually like to pass, but Pittsburgh has a rookie quarterback, or they might be going with Trubisky, and so I don't know how much passing they're gonna do. And plus, they just gotta, if they start the rookie, I don't know how much passing they're gonna do. We know Cincinnati will pass. This could be a sneaky play here, but like I said, rivalries, they usually potentially always go so hard trying to beat each other. We got Baker going against his old team right here. I don't know what to expect from here because Cleveland defense is really good. Carolina does have weapons. I feel like it'll be a lot of dumping to McCaffrey and probably a lot of dumping to DJ Moore. But yeah, so you're just looking for, like, the Jets was bad against the run. So like I'm saying, like Dobbins, he's starting. You got two good running backs, Najee Harris and Mixon here. But these defenses are pretty good. So Pittsburgh was bad last year against the run, my bad. But so like you're looking for that, like for games when the slate looks like this and they're supposed to be kind of a lot of low scoring, and then the later slate part of the slate is a lot of high scoring potential games. You kind of want to just grab running backs, like how I did here. So I grabbed the two running backs here, and we actually did take a receiver though with one of them. Who we have here again? My bad. We have Miles Sanders, Swift. Oh yeah, AJ Brown. Yeah, because come on now, like I don't see how he don't get off against the Detroit Lions. Like I just don't see it, man. I feel like he's about to have about 12 to 10 targets first game, and I don't think they'll have anybody to stop him when they already got Devontae Smith to worry about, Quez Watkins, and a few other, and like I said, Pascal and stuff like that. I don't know which one of them is gonna start, but with AJ Brown, then you talking about Dallas Goedert at tight end too, so. They got a lot of weapons that they're going to have to try to stop as well as the run, but I think Miles Sanders is going to have a really good year this year with the fact that they can't probably load the box as much as they did last year because they only had one receiver on Philly. So now you got two receivers and a tight end at least. They're not going to be able to load the box. I think Sanders is going to have a crazy day. I think Swift is a great run back because he catches. Once the team gets down big or just in a shootout, they don't go to the running back that runs because they need to score real fast. So I really feel like this is a great, run back here with Swift. Then, like I said, for the later game, like I said, since all these late games right here are shootout potentials, I have Kyler Murray because he's going to run and throw. This is his target, his favorite receiver in college, y'all. So I think they're going to try to connect right away, especially since they got 6 games without DeAndre Hopkins. And Kansas City defense isn't going to be that good. I don't think they are at all. I know they picked up some people in the draft, but it's just like y'all lost the Honey Badger. And I just feel like deep down the field then without a great safety, being a captain, telling everybody where to be at, they're going to get beat downfield. And here goes Marquise Brown. After that, it's like Zach Ertz will probably, they'll probably get a mismatch here with Zach Ertz going down the field. I feel like he'll have about 7 targets. Yeah, this is a great fantasy game. And then, like I said, the run back here with McCole Hardman, fast receiver that can get down the field real quick. One catch can make up, your salary here for $4,600. I know, like I said, the Lions defense, everybody's gonna have it. It's gonna be the chalk defense. It's the cheapest defense, of course. I usually don't pick the cheapest defense. I usually find a cheap defense maybe sometimes, but I kind of pay up because you do want some points. You don't want to have 0 here, so I'm just banking on that. Man, they catch a pick 6, man, one time at least. And it's not a lot of scoring since I do got running back and one receiver. That's it from this game. I can probably catch some type of mistakes being made since Detroit did pick the number 1 pass rusher in the draft, the first round pick. So should get some rushing, potential to get a fumble, sacks, and get points off of that. Then I got Keenan Allen going against the Raiders, a rivalry game. I feel like Keenan Allen versus Devontae Adams. They both love each other. Like, They both complement each other game all the time. Like, I've been knowing this forever since I've been a Packers fan. Devontae Adams came from my team. He loves Keenan Allen. He's picked up a lot of his game from him. But I feel like they both about to go at it. But since he's cheaper than Devontae Adams here, Devontae Adams is the highest person on the slate. It's a whole nother $1,100. I couldn't get to him on this lineup. But this will be my $1 million lineup for y'all for the first week. Once we confirm, too, that Marquise Brown is not out, because I think he should be, he said be back next week. So we'll be good there. And this is just one lineup. I probably will have more on the next video, but I just wanted to show y'all what kind of mindset I have going into making my lineups, how to stack, and how to completely stack and make the freaking lineup, just make it easy. You don't want to make it hard and be trying to, like, pick from this game, pick from that game, pick from this game, pick from that game. Every game trying to have a piece. You want to be able to full stack as much as possible from one game, go to another game, try to get as much as possible. So that way it makes it easy. And you saw at the end, it's 2 games, basically. My whole lineup was filled with 2 games. After the 2 games, we went to 2 more games. Well, matter of fact, we didn't, because the Detroit Lions, I just realized, So we literally got 2 games, even with the defense. We basically got 3 games altogether. Like I said, what I always love to do, though, in my lineup, please, like, one thing y'all want to learn, like, let's do the 2 things you do. You want to fully stack, like you saw, as much as possible. Try to get about 4 from one game, then go to another game, see if you can get at least 2, because I could have took just Miles Sanders and Swift and not even had A.J. Brown. I could have found the different, like, okay, let me show y'all real quick. I'm going to do this. I know what to do. The Raiders, where they at? Right there. So the Raiders. I know I can't get Adams, right? But see, I do have enough money to get Renfro. And now I have 3 games stacked. And now I can actually change my defense too, which is tight. I didn't realize this. Yep, so come off of them. And then go back to defense here. Who did I had? I know the Dolphins. I don't want the Dolphins. I know that's a good defense, but New England, the rivalry, stuff like this is one thing I will say, though. Rivalry defenses, if the home team is always usually the best one to go with, real talk. Unless they just suck. Unless the team sucks. But usually the home team shows up, super hard to beat the team that they hate, So picking this, team isn't bad. You're talking about Mac Jones, who's a second-year quarterback. He can make a lot of mistakes. And Miami's defense is better than 2,600, I'll tell you that much. So I could go with that defense, or I could stick with the Steelers defense, but they are not at home, and it is a rivalry. So you know what? I might go ahead and play the Dolphins defense. I might go ahead and do it. So now I just wanted to show y'all, because before we had 2 games and then a one-off. But now my whole lineup is filled with stacks, and this is how you want to make this is literally how you make a perfect lineup right here. So now we have Kyler Murray, Marquise Brown, Zach Ertz. We ran it back with McCole Hardman here. Then we have Miles Sanders versus Swift, which it's not easy all the time to find 2 running backs going at it that have potential to actually, both put up good points. But definitely, like, with the rushing being bad for Detroit, and I think Philly will probably be up in this game, which will cause Detroit to have to pass more to their running back. And Swift is a great pass-catching back, catches a lot of screen plays, can take it all the way to the house, 50 yards, easy. So he's a great run backs, like, right here with the run game. Like I said, I wanted early running backs. I got an early game running back right here because I don't like the early morning part of the slate. I love the late part of the slate. It's a lot of offense in that. So now I also got, though, Keenan Allen versus Renfro, 2 slot players, which I said the slots is like, man, it's the way to go this year. I'm telling you, it's going to be the way to go. It was the way to go last year. The defense has changed a lot. They don't allow a lot of big plays. And so it makes you have to find teams. If you're looking for big play teams, you got to find teams like Kansas City, who got nothing but fast receivers, and they love to find ways to get their big play, receivers, the ball, even on deep shots and stuff like that. You got to find teams that take a lot of deep shots. But most of the time, people going to take the easiest, shot of the field, 5 yards, 15 yards. And I know the Raiders definitely are going to, Renfro should be wide open a lot more with Devontae Adams being there and Waller taking a lot of, the attention away from him. So this could be an easy run back right here. I could go slot versus slot. And now I have about, what is this? I want to say I got 6 people late now, and I have 3 early. This is a perfect lineup, y'all. This is what I'm talking about. Full stacking. The whole lineup is a full stack lineup now. The only one off now is the Dolphins. So you saw the first lineup I made, which had 2 games and a one-off with Keenan Allen. And now you've seen it fully stacked up. This is how you want to make your lineups, y'all. So this is the key to winning on Draftkings. Like I said, I will be coming back probably the week right before the season starts, or maybe before that. And because I'm going to go through a whole bunch of different lineups after this video right here and just start really going crazy detailed of what games I can see, shooting out more, or how I can see, some of these, even these early ones, because like I said, defense doesn't really matter on the first game, man. Like, it really doesn't. It takes about 2 to 3 weeks for people to get adjusted to their defensive, schemes and stuff like that, and for it to start working. The best way to usually go with picking defense first week is picking a defense that's going against a rookie. It's the best way, because the rookie's going to make a mistake. Always happens. Even like the first 5 weeks or so. So, especially if they're going against good defenses. So you can always just easily take that route. Basically, I kind of did take that route with Miami going against a second-year quarterback. But other than that, this is how you make your lineups, how you win. It's how I win money. So if y'all want to take this lineup and go ahead and put it in, I'm sure I'll probably end up putting this one in and the other one that I made. But that's how you make a lineup. The next video, like I said, I will come back and probably just go through like position by position. So of what quarterbacks I think are great quarterbacks for week 1 to take, then running backs, and then receivers, and then tight ends. I won't probably do defenses because I kind of already went over how I like to pick my defenses. And but that's about it, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Tune in for the next one, y'all. It's your boy Jaystar, and I'm out. Peace.